Hello guys, welcome back to PlayStation Access. My name is Dan, I'm here with Holly.
Oh my god.
Holly, we've just seen an amazing demo of Dreams. What an incredible game.
I was watching you. Every now and again I'd look at you and you just have your mouth wide open. We're actually going to make 3 videos, and this is one of the 3 videos. We're going to do a video today just on the campaign. We're going to do one video that actually show you some of the creation mode in action. And we're actually going to do another video on something called Dream Surfing.
Well, let's dive straight into it then. So the campaign, what does that mean?
So when Dreams was first being shown, people said, yeah, but what's the story? Like, what's the game?
Yeah.
Because we kept seeing tools and people loved that, but it's like, yeah, but what am I playing? Well, there is actually a campaign mode in it, and we're actually going to see a little bit of it today. So this is not the final full game. We're seeing a specially created demo, something that people might see behind closed doors somewhere like E3. It gives you a really good idea of the tools, but yeah, okay, it's not the final full game. So what we're doing now is selecting our imp.
Your imp?
Our imp. So this is basically, it's a really fancy cursor, but it represents you in the game.
I love these guys.
Yeah, they're fully customizable. So again, because it's not the final game, these are like some pre-made ones. And they were silly enough to let me choose which one. So guess which one I picked.
Was it the cat?
It was the cat. But this is just going to represent us in the play world, which is kind of cool. They can do little emotes as well.
Okay.
So they're really, like, everything in this game is... I can't stress that enough. Everything in this game is like fully customizable.
So how is this being moved around the screen now?
So this is we're using the DualShock 4. So all 3 videos that you're seeing on the channel are done using DualShock 4, not the Move controllers. So this is the gyro.
Oh, like you use when you input text to the keyboard?
Yeah, exactly. And that was actually the example they gave. This is the gyro, and it's really fluid. And it's actually quite smooth. So this is just, if you were to pick this game up at the show floor at E3 or at a Gamescom, this is a little introduction just so you can get used to...
Just to get a feel for it, yeah.
Yeah, using the gyro. Deliciously media molecule. So colourful and pretty. This is just getting you used to it. You'll see a lot of it, like how tactile they've made the DualShock. So you can see now...
Oh, wait, so these are the credits?
Yeah, this is just the opening. This is just like...
And it's already in the game?
Yeah. Everything's in the game. Everything's the game.
This is great.
So you can see like our little imps like sparkling, the antenna. So the antenna is basically the point of the cursor. So that's the bit that you interact with. So because it was sparkling, we could interact with it.
What?
It's just media molecule perfection.
I love this. So this is just like, point and drag, move things around the screen.
Yeah, teaching you the basics, right? Click it, pull it, turn it, push it, throw it.
It's like introducing a toddler to play with toys.
But then, now you'll see that our cursor, we go too close to certain things, goes sort of crazy.
Right.
This means you can become it.
Now it's a light bulb.
Yeah, but look what light bulbs do.
Oh, so it's contextual depending on what you are.
Well, for this one, I guess
That's
it was
so
just
clever.
made because it makes sense.
And we should mention that everything we're seeing is made in the engine that you are given.
Oh, yeah. There's no Unreal Engine. There's no additional tools that they have that you won't. You could make this. All of it. Everything. Look at us.
This is great.
So they'll have, like, basic skeleton models in the game like this for you to just build upon yourself. So you could really create... you could create anything you want. But here it's just a nice, simple cone person, just to get us used to the idea that the imp can also possess creatures. And in that sense, it's just like any other platforming game. Unreal, isn't it? This
so
is just
good.
a tutorial, by the way. So now it's sort of given us an idea of how tactile it is, how to use the DualShock. And now we've got like some puzzle solving. Look at the yoga. And now we can get into the bigger cube.
Oh, you're actually sticking at the top of it.
Yeah. We're riding it like a Gundam. Bad example. And off we go. I'm honestly utterly shocked by how much it sort of includes. So this now is the hub world. Okay, all games sort of have one. This is the home space, a bit like the pod in Little Big Planet. So you can fully customize this. Right now, very blank canvas, very blank. But
So this is the beginning. This is what it starts out like.
basically, yeah. And in this world, you can invite your friends here.
Okay.
Because at the moment, so at launch, this game will have couch co-op. So if I was to plug in or connect another DualShock now, you could be the little cone.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have a little imp, and together we could run around. It will have multiplayer coming post-launch.
Right.
They were saying that the tech for that is completely done. But it's more things like getting the right interfacing ready and, making it all look ready for online multiplayer. But yeah, you can invite friends here. You can run around. If maybe you found a game, like something someone had created.
Like a level or something.
Yeah, you could stick it in this hub world.
For quick access.
So whenever you wanted, you could just run into that hub world instead of having to go through menus and stuff. But what they've done here is the one in front of us is very much related to the story that Media Molecule have built for people to enjoy. So it's sort of slap bang in the middle so that people can find it. And that's very much what they want people to do. They're doorways to connect you to the game. Some of them, the idea of this one, the story one, is to give you some inspiration.
So this is one that's been made by Media Molecule as, I guess what we're saying is the campaign that's included for everyone.
Yeah. And it is. It's about inspiring you to show you what can be done. So what we're seeing here is, again, not full final thing, but just a selection of the levels that they want to show off to give people a better idea.
Oh, so this is sort of how the levels are presented.
Yeah, very much so. And they've got something that's very classic Molecule, so very colourful and bright. Some stuff that's nothing like them at all, a bit of art noir. They've gone really sci-fi. They've just gone really futuristic with some of the levels, but just something a little bit different, and all of them made in-game.
So they were saying that, we're just going to see a little snippet of them today, but they're saying that these 5 different groups of levels are all sort of intertwined, aren't they? I mean, you can play them separately and how you like, but they do sort of link together in one way.
Yeah, there is actually an overarching story to this. Say where you see Weight of the Past, this introduces a character, and it's very much him trying to clear his head, finding thoughts. He's a musician that's fallen out with a friend. But that's the overarching story if you want to enjoy it.
What really amazed me about this is just the breadth and scope of the different types of game you can create in it. And I mean, you're going to see them in a minute, but from one level to the next, you would think they were completely different games.
If you really want to see what people can create, our other video, which will focus on dream surfing, I really recommend you give a watch because it will really show you the diversity of what can be made.
So we're diving into the first level here.
Which they described as sort of classic Media Molecule because it was so colourful and so bright.
So this works as a bit like of a tutorial, right?
Yeah, it's really helping you to understand just... It's a lot to take in, and even when I'm trying to explain it to people, you can do anything, build everything. So I guess getting people to understand that is quite difficult. Now, we've seen Frances, the lovely teddy bear, she's been quite a lot of the demos. So again, if we were to play couch co-op right now, we could play together. If not, the other character just follows you around. They seem to say how you can interact with things. Now, this is the point where I did ask them from Media Molecule, well, if you've uploaded this online, could I not just mess with it? Break it all apart and destroy it? And they said, no.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah. So what they've done with this one, because this is the stuff made by Media Molecule, certain elements of it will be available, but on the whole, you can't just sort of pick it apart. When you upload your creations online, you'll be able to set permissions.
Okay.
Like no one can, they call it remixing, but no one can remix it.
So you can decide, who can just view it, who can edit it, who can interact with it. Okay.
Yeah, just to make sure that, if you built something beautiful and people just picked it apart and destroyed it, you won't be able to do that.
I'd be really sad if someone did that to my masterpiece.
Well, I wouldn't let them.
Because we're going to know that I'm going to make some masterpieces in this game.
I mean, I don't doubt it.
I do.
So everything you see, every animation, the way the floor is moving, all of that's been programmed in by someone. Now we've changed to Frances. We're off.
That's what you're saying, right? So although they needed to make this sort of accessible and playable for everybody, so everyone can make their own stuff. The actual game designers wanted to make the game itself inside the game.
Yeah.
So they also had to add a layer of really in-depth tools
Yeah.
that you wouldn't normally find.
And actually, Media Molecule have been doing that for a while. Like, a lot of the people here are people who were hired because they made levels for Little Big Planet. So even just back then, you saw Francis using combos.
Yeah.
Like with the mallet. You can assign all that to the button as well. And even the little box with the item in it, those you can set in a world, and inside of it will be an item that you could then place.
Okay.
And you have to unlock them in the world. So you could build a map and put a really cool item in a chest at like the end of this map. And you wouldn't be able to find it. You wouldn't be able to search for this item. The only way to get it.
So that becomes like a challenge then, and you can show it off if you get it.
And if you've got it, it's because you've completed that challenge. So we're very much trying to find a door, trying to find a way. So you can see someone has set this up. You hit that, you collect your item, you can move on. This was one of my favorites.
The Russian bears.
And
I
then
love that.
you earn the Russian bear doll by doing it.
Oh, I see.
Change characters. Yep, this guy's got a weapon as well. And he says this moves like almost like a twin stick shooter.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Now what we're doing here is we're looking for the door. We're looking for the way out of the dream.
Is that it?
Yeah. In we go. So then you sort of move on to another part of the story, and they're very much exploring different themes, things that are very not Media Molecule. So they're now introducing, I don't want to say main character, but a very prominent character of the story that they have created sort of revolves around.
Mm-hmm.
He is a musician. He has an argument with his friend.
He's called Art, right?
He is called Art. And it's full on some hard times. So he is...
He's in a coffin. I mean, that's pretty hard times, isn't
well,
it?
it's his bass. He's a bass player.
Oh, it's not a coffin, it's a bass case.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Where's his bass gone, though?
Maybe we'll find out. Instead, I'm just going to throw the bottles around. So all of this, the animation that you're seeing, the way the character is moving, all of that's been done in the game.
You see, you keep saying that, and then 10 seconds later I've forgotten you've said that, and then I'm thinking, this game looks great. But someone's actually made it in the game.
We're actually going to have a video that shows how this works as well. So if you want to know more about how to apply animation in the creations you're making, watch our other Dreams video.
Been following me for weeks. Kept telling me where to go. Was it me? Or was it something from the other side? All right, I'm going.
So moving on to like another part of the story, we're very futuristic now. Again, this little creature, completely created in game, including his movements, got a double jump, little helicopter spin, and this, like a electric shock.
It's completely different again, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's so good.
All made with the same tools, the same way they made Art, the same way they made Francis. This little creature's made.
Another little mechanic there about lighting up paths.
Yeah, so this they say is very metaphorical. It's linked to Art and his story. So there is that beautiful running theme that Media Molecule know. Just love collectibles, grab them. Unlock a little item again. That little jump is so cute. Look at this guy. Again, all made in engine. Like that creature was made from scratch.
And when we say that, we don't just mean the animations and the characters, the sound effects as well, right?
Yeah, again, our other video, which will focus entirely on the creation mode, We'll even show you. We even made our own song, didn't we?
Well, yes, there was a song. I don't know if it counts as a song. There were some notes in order.
Wow, it
I
had
mean,
a rhythm.
you could have. Well, it didn't really have rhythm.
We made some lyrics.
Yes.
Love these. Again, so you can set those rules that things move or animate at certain points. You can edit, you can add in all they call them logic. So like when things trigger, how they trigger, what happens when certain things come near it, or yeah, it's insane. So there you go, that's just a little look at some of the campaign mode. Again, it's not the full thing, it's not the final thing, but it's just to give you some idea. So back to the hub world now, you can see, now we've done that. Got the home space edit.
Yep.
So you saw that we collected a few things, didn't we, in the world?
Oh, so these are the things we just picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And just to give you a very, very, very quick idea of what it's like to create, we're just going to start dumping them in the world. All done just with the DualShock, using it, rotating it in your hands. Again, not using the Move controllers. So from here, you've also got the main menu. So this is kind of a little bit of everything. We'll just talk through it all just a little bit. So first of all, we've got Dream Surfing. So Dream Surfing is what most people will do. This isn't necessarily about creation. This is about you playing, finding content, levels, games to play, things to watch, because people create animations as well as they'll create games. So Dream Surfing is where you're going to do that.
That's the interactive stuff.
That's the interactive stuff. Dream Shaping, this is where you get creative. This is where you can either work on stuff that's already sort of pre-built or start your own completely from scratch. So this bit is all about you. You can see that you earn XP points. You set a little description so that, you know, people who find you can learn a little bit about you. You can find other dreamers to follow. So, for example, we could follow each other so I could see all the amazing things you're making.
So this is great. I guess if you have made a landscape and you really need some music, you know, you can go around and find someone that has the music or audio like this person does.
Yeah.
As their speciality, and you get them involved into your game.
Yeah, you could see, okay, I need someone who only does audio. This person just does audio. See your creations, photos, leave comments. And Dreamstones are a bit like achievements in the game.
Right.
There's also community challenges. So at the moment, Media Molecule are toying with the idea of them mostly being once a week, maybe once a month for bigger ones. And this is a chance for the community to sort of get involved. It could be this month is all about, you know, a perfect summer.
All right, just a bit of inspiration.
Yeah, and people can submit their creations. It could be absolutely anything. But it's something to always keep the community coming back and challenging, which is, you know, exactly what Media Molecule do.
Okay.
So you can take part as a creator, view all of the winners, and involved by actually playing and voting on them as well, because people do need to vote, and they are community voted. So there you go. That is a very, very... I don't know what to say.
A really quick look at the campaign mode. I suppose if you are terrified by the idea of creating the game yourself, which you shouldn't be, because we've got another video about that coming up, there's already a game in the game to play straight away.
Yeah, so this is just a sneak peek at what Media Molecule have already created. Like I said, this is the first of 3 videos, so you can look on the channel because there will also be videos on dream shaping, so creating, and on dream surfing, which will really, really show you how creative you can be.
Well, thank you very much, Holly. Stay tuned to the channel because there's a lot more dreams coming up very soon.